here. Probably pretty quick, but you can go down here and just make any comment on anything you seem to think might. You can talk about anything. Oh, I got to turn the sound down. Otherwise, you get feedback.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All righty.
You're on your own.
Hello. Anybody out there?
You don't have to answer them. You can answer verbally.
Right. Okay. All right. I don't have a question yet, so I was gonna. Oh, one new comment.
We'll just
Here we
keep
are.
talking. Somebody will say
Sound is
something, I
good.
guarantee you.
Another new comment.
Huh?
Any fun stories I'd like to share?
Okay.
Every day is fun. Let's see, fun stories.
What happened today?
Nothing today. Nothing spectacular today. Just my usual everyday.
Keep it getting them out. It's been
Yeah. Let's see.
tricky lately
Yes.
with open gates. Explain the open gate problem.
Hi, Wingate. Let's see, fun stories. God, no, I
Walter's
can't.
down there.
Oh, Walter. Walter's always fun. Yes, Walter is beyond noisy. He's usually fairly pretty vocal anyways, but with Noel and Heat, he he stresses himself out, and he just can't even handle himself, and it's quite
Does
loud.
He actually howl?
He does.
He does that too? Okay,
Yep,
fine.
and he gets all the puppies on the donkey hillside going. He gets them.
See, they can't see the donkey hillside, except
That's-
when it comes backwards in the
Right from the
alleyway.
arena. Yep, yep. That's where you see the camera is when the camera is pointing at Walter. We call that the donkey hillside. All right. All right. How happy are the pups to see you every morning? Oh, when I get in at 7 a.m. and the barn closes around 6 o'clock, so they haven't seen anybody for about 13 hours or so. So they're pretty happy to see me. And my first thing that I do every morning is I hand out a cookie, and that just quiets them all right down. Yeah, and it's because they're so hungry. So Marge J just said, "Hi Shannon, what does your job entail?" So my job, I am kennel manager. Like I said, the first thing I do every morning is give everybody a cookie, but not only quiets it down, but it also gives me a chance to look through the kennels, make sure that nobody's thrown up or Peter pooped, and make sure everybody is acting generally normal for themselves, how they are. So then the first thing I have to do is pick up poop. That's the most important thing that I do. Make sure everybody is clean. So, and then I hose down and just clean up general, and then I clean everything inside, making sure all the kennels are all the fluffies are all stripped out and waters, and I sweep and mop. And not just me. I mean my volunteers. I have volunteers and interns, and so I just kind of point my finger and say, "Hey, can you do this?" And they do it, and I'm very grateful to have my volunteers. And I also will turn dogs out on the fields to get them out playing, get their energy all out. So, let's see. Let's see. MJ Momcat asked, did Maud go quietly back into the barn this morning, or was there a bit of a tug of war? I wasn't there for this, but Grace said that she went straight back in. With no questions asked. She just went right back in. So, let's see. Hello, Shannon. Which barns are you managing? I manage the barn, the main barn, and I also take care of the laundry building. There are 2 kennels in the laundry building. So there are 16 kennels in the main barn and 2 main kennels in the laundry building. Do I have a favorite pup? You know what? I don't. I am so busy that I don't get to spend a lot of time. I mean, like, I have like a dog, like a day that I like, that I tend to spend more time with, not necessarily like one favorite one. So, let's see, SoCal Annie. Walter and Noel have had a couple of dates today with no real stories to tell about that. So, did I ever get bitten? No, the dogs here really, with the exception of our friend over there on the couch, Chaos, they don't really bite. I mean, obviously, they use their teeth, they mouth a lot, and it's, but I've never actually been bitten. Hi, bud. Mom's over there. There she is. Yeah, so I've never actually been like an aggressive bite here. So, no, they mouth a lot. So, let's see. And as far as the Chaos thing, she's kind of, nipped at my heels before, but she's never actually bitten. Let's see, do you have to clean puppy paws after they've been in sand and mud? Sometimes I do. Sometimes, like if it's muddy out, I will, not just their paws, but their entire body, because they roll in the mud and everything. I don't always give them don't give them a full bath. Sometimes I just spray some like water on them and I just towel them off really good. Most of the time it dries and it falls off, and so I'm cleaning their kennels, so it all falls off in the kennels, and I clean it up. And then on occasion we give like a full bath. Let's see. Hi, four-wheel girl. Do I also manage the horse and donkey stable? That's more Grace. I am not an equine person. I don't feel comfortable with them. I do the bare minimum. If usually Ryan and Grace are the ones that take care of the horses most of the days. But if one of them isn't there, I will let them out. I will give them grain and food, and I'll fill their water if I have to, if no one else is able to do it at the moment, but I try not to. Let's see, Joan just asked where I grew up. I actually grew up in Danvers, which was about 10 miles from here, so I'm pretty lucky to be able to have a short commute to the best job in the world. So, and unfortunately, I didn't find this place until 2 years ago. I did not know it even existed until my dad was retired, and my mom was trying to get him out of the house, and someone she knew about the place somehow, and so finally one day I became unemployed, And I said to my dad, let's go. And we checked it out. And for about 2 months, the two of us would come one day a week on Thursdays and volunteer. And after a few months, I got hired. So let's see. How do you choose dogs that spend time with you in the feed room and the hallway? Sometimes it's just whose kennel needs to be cleaned. Sometimes it's just someone might need a little more socialization. If they're a little bit shy around people, I'll bring them out and just, and I don't always necessarily pay attention to them. You know, I'm always keeping an eye on them, but with the Danes, they have a tendency to be a little shy at first with people. So if you kind of just don't pay attention to them, they will they'll pay attention to you, and they'll follow you around, and you know, and it kind of brings them out of their shell a little bit. So let's see, is there a logic or schedule to how and when the dogs are moved among the various kennels and with whom they are paired up for a bunkmate? When there's a schedule, I have a schedule of the rotation, the playtime rotation. I have that. It's not a schedule like you can't have a schedule here. It doesn't happen if you have a schedule. So basically, like whenever we turn dogs out in all the fields that we have, and every half hour, 45 minutes, I try to just move, so make sure everybody gets out. So everybody needs to at least get out to play for a little while. And as far as when they're in the various kennels and who they're paired up for, there are some that are paired up because they are like a stronger personality. So we try to do, I know a lot of them are like same gender, but if the strong personalities, like Asher and Amelia are a very strong personality, they're opposite genders. So we do usually try to do, and once the pups are getting older, we're going to start doing more opposite gender playtimes and bunkmates. But we're running out of room, so I would like to spread them out more to give them more one-on-one time, but we're kind of full up. The barn is full. No room at the inn. So are there any other questions before I go? I don't see any of the questions coming up. I think, yep.
Just the microphone.
One other person is typing. What do you think?
Oh, okay.
Let's see. One new reply. You're welcome.
And then
All right.
this button just goes up.
Okay, all righty.